Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi. So we are
Hi.
live
So we
again
are live again.
for tonight's
Okay.
session
For tonight's
of
session
women of
of
stay-at-home moms.
Where did I go?
women of stay-at-home
Right?
moms. That
So um,
so
let me just mute you guys for a second. So what is tonight's topic? We're just going to talk about women that are stay-at-home moms, and we're going to talk about what does woman mean, or to be a woman as a stay-at-home mom means to them, and a bit of life lessons and challenges that they have gone through. Right? So tonight we just want to introduce Fadila and Jacqueline.
Hi, good evening,
hi, good
everybody.
evening,
Hi,
everybody.
Maku.
Hi, Matthew.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hi,
I'm Jacqueline.
good evening, Jacqueline.
Hello.
Let's start with
Let's start with
Fadila.
Fadila.
Maybe you can just
Maybe you can
introduce
just
yourself.
introduce yourself.
Hi. Okay,
Hi.
I'm
Okay, man.
Fadila.
I'm Fadila. I'm a
I'm a stay-at-home
I'm a
mom of
stay-at-home mom
two,
of two,
a student
a
studying
student
a
studying
director
a director.
of a humanitarian organization, Fadak Foundation. And that is basically it. I'm 46 years old and I have a 21-year-old also studying. And then I have a 10-year-old little boy. So, yeah, it is just the two of them. But like they say, it's not the amount of kids, it's the energy they take.
Thanks, Fadila. I'm now gonna give over to
To
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline.
That will introduce
That will
herself.
introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jacqueline Julie. Thanks very much for the opportunity. I'm a stay-at-home mom of 6 kids. Um, they range from 30 to 13. Yeah, I'm also an entrepreneur. I have my own business. That's another passion that I have. But I have been a stay-at-home mom for 22 years. Um, I'm also a homeschooling stay-at-home mom. Yeah.
Uh,
Uh,
so Fadila, she definitely beats you when it comes to um when it comes to who has the most. So
Sorry,
okay.
Fadila.
okay.
Um, what
what
does
what does
a woman mean to
a
you
woman
guys?
mean to you
Being a
guys?
woman.
Being a woman.
Well, for me, it
Well,
has
for
been
me, it has been
a journey of
a journey of
self-discovery because I
self-discovery
always,
because I
always saw
always
myself
saw
rather
myself
as
rather
a
as
daughter, a
a
sister, a friend, and then obviously a wife and mother. And in that, those were the roles that I played in my life. But as the years went by, when it came to self-discovery, I needed to discover my individuality, and that is how I also discovered, what it means to be a woman. And I never limit myself when it comes to being a woman, but it was a journey of discovery. And for me personally, being a woman, um, it's got nothing to do with just being female, to put it that way. It is just the journey that I was on. It was going from daughter to sister to friend to wife to mother. And all through the years, I discovered what it meant to be a woman. And it is beyond just being a dutiful wife. It is beyond just being a mother. It is being true to yourself, your dreams, your needs, your aspirations in life. That, in essence, is for me what it means to be a woman.
That was very deep. Let's check in with Jacqueline. Maybe she can add a bit more.
Mm. Yes, Fadila, I definitely resonate with what you're saying there, because I think as women, we classify ourselves a lot according to being a wife and a mother, but that is just part of who we are. And understanding that a woman is an individual, and understanding that as a woman, you were created for a specific purpose, so to be authentic to who you are, and to not be afraid to bring that womanhood, to to wherever you are. So it's not that being a mom and being a wife makes you more of a woman, no, you first that individual, and you bring yourself to those roles that you play as. But I think it's an amazing thing to be a woman, to embrace, who you are authentically. Yeah.
There's always been this thing between who is the better mom, a stay-at-home mom or a mom that goes to work. Um, are you doing your child a bit more of a favor when you stay at home with him, or are you almost keeping the balance by being at home with him but also going to work? What is your thoughts on that? Maybe we start with Fadila again.
I'm a new stay-at-home mom, to put it that way. It is still new. I've only been a stay-at-home mom actually the 2nd of March 2020. That is when I was a stay-at-home mom, because that was my last day of working was the 1st of May 2020, after plus minus of 20 years of work. But for me, the decision, and I take my hat off to women, because I've been in of both sides of the fence. I've been a working mother for so many years, and then recently a stay-at-home mom, which I thought would be the dream. You see this whole sitcom and the ads, and you think that is the role that you're going to play at home, but it's nothing like that. Even though it is, you are happy to spend more time with your family, but it's nothing like TV. It's nothing like TV. You stand in the shower and you have a 5-minute conversation with your kids standing at the door, because they must tell you that story right now. Um, but yes, when I was working, I had to balance work and family time, which is not easy for any woman. So I have a great respect, because that has been my life. But then my life changed. 2nd of March was my role changed, and then later in March we went into lockdown. Then I had to take care of. We were all at home, basically, and then there was homeschooling, which was new to me. So everything was thrown at me at the same time. So I was thinking, getting up in the morning, making breakfast, packing lunch, off to school, off to college, off to work. Nothing of that didn't happen. I think just for 2 weeks. Then it was hard lockdown, and everybody was at home. So it was a bit much, but I had to learn to manage it. I had to learn, and I tried to make it, as that fairy tale that was in my head of a stay-at-home mom, but it was not. It is not. It is still a job. You still have to even set out hours for yourself, the things that you want to do. And then obviously with the organization that we started, Fadak Foundation, that on top, and my studies. I'm studying at university business management. So yes, the schedule that I used to follow at work, where there was tea time and lunchtime, everything fell away, and I had to get into a whole new routine. Like I said, it's not a commercial, but it is amazing. It is wonderful just to spend time with them.
Yeah, welcome to to being a stay-at-home mom. Yeah, we we laugh because we feel it with you. It's a pain we all feel. But maybe Jacqueline has been a stay-at-home mom for much longer and been teaching her kids from home. So maybe she can give us a bit more tips.
Yeah. I guess I am a bit of a veteran at this. Look, for me, I'm married 22 years now, and it was a choice. A lot of, I think, I'm going to bring it from my perspective. And I do think that everyone is entitled to their own life, and there shouldn't be any judgment across the board. Um, so for me, I decided, sometimes it's a matter of my husband wants me to stay at home. You know what I'm saying? I hear a lot of that, but I made a decision to be a stay-at-home mom from the time that I got married. It's something that was kind of just placed in my heart to do. So I already had a daughter before I was married, and yeah, in the span of 10 years, we had 5 kids. So um, I the reason we made that decision was because we decided that we want to be on the forefront of our children, of them growing up. We want to have that journey, and so it was a personal choice. I do however think that a lot of women go to work out of necessity, and that they I think they yearn to be home with their kids. And as Fadiela was saying, it is no walk in the park. It really isn't. It is a journey, as with anyone's life, and you do start off shaky as well. And it's a matter of learning as you go. So for me, being a homeschooling mom, also taking such I think, an unorthodox approach to things, it was a very hard journey for me, because it wasn't a common thing, so it was trial and error. So I give a lot of advice from my mistakes. But I think if we can uh, live with what we decided, if we can say, this is what the decision I made it consciously, and I wouldn't go back on that, then I think it was a good decision that you made. You know what I'm saying? So to you decide for yourself, and try to make it a conscious decision. It's never, I don't think either way, any way is going to be easy, because raising children is it's not easy. It's not easy. But we do know, when we look into our children's faces, there's nothing that compares to that, to knowing that you made a decision, and you made the right one. So yeah, that is yeah, what I did.
Yeah, I hear you guys. You're both are making very valid decisions, and what it comes at the end of the day is, um, I guess you must. My mom always told me this thing. It's like, if you need to be at work, make it fun, because you need to be there anyway. So I guess that is the kind of approach we need to have with this. So if it's like, I know a lot of moms has been become stay-at-home moms after the whole COVID situation, and it's still all new, like Fadela. But Jacqueline chose from a perspective from the get go, that she chose that, look, I'm going to be a stay at home mom. And it's more a thing of, if you're now in that position, make it work for you, right? We just have one comment before we go on to the next question. It says, Rashida says, a stay at home mom is hard labor, an underpaid job, but gets rewards with love. I was at home for a few weeks in lockdown. I never wanted to go back to work. Because working for a boss, you have set hours. At home, there is no time. Very much true. Daar is die tyd vir koffie drinkie, jou koffie raak koud elke keer. You pee at the minimum of 2 times a day. So yes, that is the negatives and the positives. But maybe you guys can um, share a bit of lessons, but also maybe challenges that you've gone through in this time. Sorry for muting you the whole time. It's just there's a lot of echo, and I want to give you guys all space to talk. So we will start with Fadila.
Yeah, for me, I made a decision to be home with my family. It actually that feeling started in 2019 when I felt like I want to be at home. I want to be with my family. I spoke to my husband, told him, "Listen here, the daughter's done. She matriculated in 2017. It's just a little boy, you know." And he was like, "You know what? Whatever decision you make, it is your decision. We will support you, but I know the kids and I will love to have you at home." So 2019, that feeling started. And then I just decided around October, November in 2019, and I did my resignation. It was just at that moment. And then they were quite happy. But when I was eventually at home, and it was my resignation, I gave it a 3-month period. And when I was at home, I was like I told you, I expected, getting up in the morning, making breakfast, sending off to school and whatever. But then the pandemic hit, and then we were under lockdown. So whatever I planned was changed. So now I have everybody at home, and everybody wants my attention because I've been away from home for so long. And weeks I worked 6 days a week, 7 days a week. But now I'm at home 24/7, and everybody wanted my attention. It was in the beginning exciting, then it went from to exhausting because now I gave my all to them, neglected myself, and which wasn't their fault because I wanted to do it. But at the end of the day, for me to be a good mom, I needed to take care of myself first and make sure that I have the energy, the time, and be there for them and give them the full attention that I want to give. And even though they showered me with love and I showered them with love, it still takes energy. So for me, the best thing that I could do, especially when we started with the foundation, actually actively getting involved with the foundation, I work on a schedule and it works for me. Okay, 80% of the time it works because once you have kids, there's some things, they get hurt and there's one is sick and there's always something happening. So 80% of the time, your schedule works. A routine and a schedule, I can't emphasize more on it. It is important because you need to have your 5 minutes to yourself so that you can have time for them and give your full attention when they need it. So in the mornings when they're off to college and school, especially with the rotational, I would do what I need to do for myself. Maybe open my books and study, do my chores, do the cooking up until 1 o'clock or whatever I needed to do for the foundation, for our foundation, Fadak Foundation, whatever admin, I do it every morning, the slot when they leave for school up until 1 o'clock. Then after 1, maybe it's lunch, maybe I need to do something else. But once it's 2 o'clock, the family have all my time. And whatever needs to be done, that is it. Because then there's homework, then there's projects, then there's conversations, maybe a walk in the park or whatever. Then I know I have the time and there's nothing that I have to worry about. Or sometimes when it doesn't work like that, emergency, funeral, anything in the mornings that happens, I would make it in from 9 till 10. I will hit the books or do admin or whatever, an hour or two. But I do have a plan A and a plan B. A schedule is so important.
Jackie, maybe you can come in.
I will. Yeah, hats off to you, Fadiela. I'm a bit of a laid back kind of person, which hasn't always been to my advantage, I must admit. So a bit of a late bloomer with the scheduling kind of thing. Why? Also probably because my full-time, job was being the stay-at-home mom, and so my life revolved around that, and also, I mean, 5, 6 children in succession was it definitely demanded my attention, which for me I gave I think willingly. I don't, when I look back, because they're all grown now. I don't have any regrets about spending so much time with the children. However, my time has come. My time has come now, and I think that's the thing. You have seasons in your life. So that the season for me raising my children, that was one season, and I did that, still doing it part-time. um as far as I think I learned, having so many kids, that they very unique, and to make sure that I embrace that individuality. Growing up, I think there's a lot of comparisons. Like when we grew up, everybody's compared, and everybody needs to be put in a box and be the same. And so I decided, no, that's not going to be me. You know, I think it came very naturally, because I do think being a mom is a natural thing. We were created, to be moms. Whether you have children or not, you have that instinct, and then you learn. Then also as you go along. So I had a bit of a different approach. However, if I there would be, obviously, going back, I would be a bit more organized. Yeah, because I think you do, your habits, they rub off on your children. And so now I want my children to be a bit more organized, and it's not easy because I kind of set that example, but that's how it is, eh? And being individuals, it's okay. It's okay to be different, but I do agree with Fadila, to be able to live a productive life, and also be able to have that time for yourself. You need to actually schedule things. So I'm still learning that one, Fadila, even after all this time.
uh, I find this conversation very unique because I was kind of Fadila. I was her because I was in corporate for a while, and then I became married, and then I decided to stay at home. So I kind of understand the both. I kind of understand the both of you very nicely. But it was like, I don't know if you guys went through the same thing. I listened to what Jackie said about scheduling, and I also listen Fadila to scheduling, and I also listened to Jackie that says you kind of born into this innate feeling of what to do as a mom. I kind of had maybe a different experience where I knew I wanted to be a mom, um, but there's always this thing of what kind of mom do you need to be? Do you, like I said, do you go into the corporate world and teach a child all these fundamentals, or do you stay at home? And then I fell pregnant. I was at home. I was happy until my second came around, and I was like, I can't just be a mom type of thing. And I started going into like the organization field. Um, and there I kind of felt more fulfilled as a mom because what I did in my organizational space fed me so that I can pour out to my children. Maybe you guys had something similar happen to you guys. Maybe you can talk to us about that. Fadila?
I've always been a humanitarian. I've always seen myself, because that is something that even my parents used to do, whether it was once or twice a year, they would do something whenever they actually had the time. they would do something for the community. So as children, as we grew up in our household, we know that that is what our parents did. So it just came naturally to me also. I yearned to assist people. But I was in corporate and I had to work. In this day and age, it was just for me and my husband, we decided to give our children not the best, but necessities. And I always stress on we give you necessities and a bit of luxury, but not everything. So we had to work together outside of the house, unfortunately. But when I decided to be at home, they were very happy. But being a humanitarian was always my calling. I just felt that that has always been my calling. And I always wanted to study at university. That was my dream. It was just I never had the time. And when the opportunity came, I grabbed both. First, I went to register and study. And then afterwards, when I had the opportunity to join the what do they call it, the organization and become a director, I grabbed that also. So for me, that was my calling, and I just see that it is also I'm a role model for my kids. That is the way I see it. I always wanted to be one, not just by mommy teach you how to cook, mommy teach you how to bake, my mommy help me with my homework, but in my life, the choices and things that I wanted to do. I also wanted to be a role model, and I wanted just as much as our children want to make us proud. I wanted to also I actually also love to make them proud. That is what I'm doing.
Jackie, do you maybe wanna give your input there?
Yeah, guys, I think I was thrown out for a moment there, so I didn't even hear what Fadiela said. That is a big pity, hey? Okay. We were talking about uh, having being stimulated on both sides, eh? And yeah. Look, I at the moment am also an entrepreneur and I run my own business, which I did, on and off while I was a stay-at-home mom, but not full time. And I suppose it's something that was always inside of me to be an entrepreneur. And I think the choice that I made to be the stay-at-home mom, I realized that in hindsight, like I always see, there's seasons in your life, and so just because I was a stay-at-home mom doesn't mean I can't be more than that. So I did pick up the business. I did go and study. At 50, I went to Stellenbosch and I even received an award for my 50th birthday. And I'm running a business now, and I'm still home. I also have a vision to help other women in my community to have businesses. So I do advocate that women are more than just moms and wives, and that they should be well-rounded. Because why not? We have so much to give, and we are natural givers, like Fadiela was saying. I'm also I didn't come from maybe the background that she is, but Bionifo knows that we do also help the community, and there's more to us. So I would what I want to do is to encourage women. It's not either or. It does not have to be either or. It can be everything. It can be all. You can have, like I say, you can have your cake and eat it too. I do make cake, but I want it all. And I think it starts from a place where you value yourself as an individual first, And for my kids, always we raise them to leave. We don't raise them to stick, where they are our life. And it is something I love to say to them, that I love me. So they must know that I am an individual first, and I even speak it to them. So yeah, have your cake and eat it too. Have everything. Have the best of both worlds.
I do think there is a lot of time the balance with the guilt that comes um, with you having your cake and eating it all up. Um, we struggle as women to find that balance. Well, I'm speaking for myself. For the first 3 or 4 years of my kids' existence, I didn't know, should I be the Beyonce I wanted to be? Should I be the Beyonce people said now? Okay, so you're married, so now almost like everything should revolve around your kids and your husband. Um, should I be more like my mom because she was a single mom, very strong? Who am I supposed to be? And that guilt was, uh, if I focus a lot more on myself, would my kids suffer? But then also that I've picked up from you guys, Jacqueline said, because of Fadiela's schedule, she almost stepping up more with the schedule because now she's seeing her kids are almost following us in a steps of almost like the laid back way. And my fear sometimes is we are always out there with helping other kids. Would And then sometimes you come home so tired and all of these things. Um, how would that affect my kids? So should I rather not just focus more on them and leave my things for when they are bigger? Maybe you guys can have an input there.
We try and include our kids in whatever we do. Whatever we do, even with the foundation, if they want to assist, we open the door for them to assist, even if it's just maybe dishing a bowl of food or whatever. We try and do everything as a family unit. Yes, they can't do the administration. Yes, they can't cook the big pots of food. But at least if we take some underprivileged children on a hike, our kids are with them, us, So there is always time that if we have any type of activity, either we include them if they want. We never force, because you can't force people to be humanitarians, especially children. But if they want to, and I'm glad to say that they do make time to be a part of it. But if they don't, right, they probably have something else that they need to focus on, which we respect. And that is what we do. But we try, and it is not easy to find that balance, because I think in the beginning, when you get married and when you have children, we all go through that Stepford wife phase where you want to be the perfect woman, the perfect wife, the perfect mother. Everything must be perfect, the timing and everything. And you want to look like that lady in the commercials. But it's not. That is not reality. That is not life. Yes, we do make time to doll ourselves up. I encourage women, if you feel down, go put your tiara on your head and just walk in the house with a pair of stilettos. It makes you feel good, whatever makes you feel good. But at the end of the day, you need to find, your strength and weaknesses. You know your family strength and weaknesses. So you try and work with that. And each and every individual is different, and each and every family is different. You have to find what works for your unit. Because when it comes to family, it's a unit. And like they say, the mother is the heart of that, heart and soul of that family. So yes, we need to take time for ourselves. We need some self-care. But at the end of the day, that unit, it is how you work, what works for your unit. Not what work for your mother and father's unit, not what work for the neighbor's unit or people at work, but your unit. And that's the best advice I can give anybody, because it is something that I had to also discover. I'm not somebody else, and this my family is not somebody else's family. I can't copy, because my children are individuals, my husband is an individual, I'm an individual. So we need to find our strengths and weaknesses, work on it together as a unit. But we always make time to talk and communicate, whether you're small, big, whatever. Like I said, my children, we emphasize communication so much that when I'm in the shower, they literally stand at the door because they need to tell me something very urgently. It can't wait. And I'm like, okay, fine, just 5 more minutes, just 5 minutes. And they're like, no, we have to tell you now. because in case they forget.
Jackie?
Yeah. No, that is true. I think that you're speaking about that accessibility to your children, is something that is if you think about it, is something that is going to be valued after they leave you, you know. And beyond for what you were speaking about, that mom guilt. I mean, who are we patterning ourselves after anyway? You know what I'm saying? As Fadela said, we are all different. We are all individuals, and I think we must be able to step into and encourage. Us being now maybe a bit older and beyond for younger, us encouraging the younger women to find you, man, find you and find your unit. Exactly that. I mean, our children also work in the business. I mean, some of them are employed in the business, and we do that also together as a family. But that conforming, I don't think, I think it's so it's habitual almost, because of what those standards um that get set by society, I suppose. But I mean, if you can just, and I want to say that I think this should start before you get married, eh? Should start before you get children. I suppose we learned um, via our journey, but you want to be able to encourage young women to not pattern yourself after what you see, but learn about yourself and become someone. I just spoke to my daughter today about that, to be able to understand who you are before you are married, and then you bring yourself, that person, into the relationship. And I think relationships and even being parents will be more successful, knowing that I have a mom that's whole, that actually understands who she is, doesn't second guess herself because her mom did things a certain way, and worried about what people will say, but actually bring something to society and say, this is me, and I'm proud of who I am. I like what we have, and I'd like to share it, with our community wherever we go. But I don't have to be um like everyone else. So we just really need to be a lot more supportive of each other, and yeah, allow room for growth and change, because literally you can't know everything at once. We know that now. But we needed those people, older women, to be able to tell us it's a journey, man. Walk the walk, and be present, in that, on that journey that you are in, and accept your mistakes, accept who you are throughout it all. Yeah.
Look, I hear you guys, and I've certainly been through the journey in the last 10 years of being a mom, um, and being married. Well, almost 10 years, and I also understand now that, look, when I looked at my parents and other moms that I wanted to model, um, and their kids are so well trained and all of these things, I thought I needed to be that person. Yet, well, I saw the completed chair. I didn't understand how they molded the chair and scraped down the wood and then tinners of whatever hulle moet nog gebruik het om die chair te kry waar dit nou is. Um, and all I wanted to be, I wanted to be the perfect mom. I wanted to be, my kids needed to be perfect. They needed to sit and please and thank you, ma'am, and I'm old I, which gave me a lot of stress for the first year or two of my life because I was very close to a breakdown because I didn't want him to touch me and all of these things, until I understood, look, who is this person you want to be? Do you want them necessarily to be like you, or do you just want them to be who they were supposed to be on earth? Which also then helped mold me as the mom. And they taught me a lot of lessons through that, because I'm not the same person I was when before they even came around. But then there's also that thing where, again, I think you both mentioned it in very different situations, is that we need to now boost our younger generation to know themselves first before they become parents, but also know that it's a journey that they're gonna travel in, and Rome really wasn't built in a day. Um, but I guess there's this negative thing with stay-at-home moms these days. And how do we get rid of that image? It's almost like once you become a stay-at-home mom, you are nothing, you don't know anything, you're not supposed to amount anything, you must just look after the kids and basically die a slow death. How do you, what would you say, or even think, how can we change this?
You see, a lot of people will see a stay-at-home mom. Oh, she's lazy. She don't want to work. She don't want to do this. But a stay-at-home mom, you're busy. You have to cook. You have to clean. You have washing. You have so much to do. Sometimes you sit with sick children, a sick child or children. There's always something. And then when you just have that one day where it's peace, it's quiet or whatever, you enjoy it. But a stay-at-home mom, it is a job. It's something that you do out of the love of out of your heart. Like I say, it is filled with love and it's very rewarding. It's very rewarding, but it is a job. There's no such thing. You and I like what you mentioned, how we want to mold and always want our children to be perfect. And I had to learn there's no such thing. It's not. And I will never forget my one aunt. She passed away many years ago. That's my mom's older sister. And she said, you need to get to know your child before you can mold your child. So respect your child's individuality. Know these strengths. Get to know that child. Remember that is still a human being. Even though we the mother, we still need to teach them right from wrong. But it is a job, whether you're a stay-at-home mom or a mom that works 9 to 5 and have to come home to do things. It is still a job. I've been on both sides of that fence. And we need to show these women, stay-at-home moms, respect, because they also contribute to society. Whatever they put into that child goes out of the door and that child contributes to society. And where does it come from? The mother, the parent that raised that child. Because she decided that I want to be in that child's life 24/7. And that is, that is not laziness. That is not. It is our grandparents did it. Our parents did it, and there was so much respect. So why can't we have respect for the corporate woman as and the stay-at-home mom? Because, like I said, it is still a woman who made a decision to be where she wants to be, and she does it out of love. Some women, yes, have to go work. They don't have a choice. They single parents. Things might be difficult. Great respect for them. But at the end of the day, respect the individual and their decision. Respect the work that they're doing. Respect the effort that they put in to make something and to mold a person that will be what do they call it? A positive member of the community. Because that is the way we see it. It's not just about the person that works hard so that that child or whoever can go to university, become a lawyer and a doctor. I'm sorry, the one that also decides to stay at home because they want to teach their children in a different way. We need to respect that too. It is still an individual, it is still a choice both ways. Like I said, some people graduate with a degree from university, some people graduate with a degree in life. Who do we support? Both sides.
Yes, it is quite a situation where there are so many comparisons instead of, like you said, whatever, embracing the fact that somebody made a decision, and that they're walking in that decision that they made. And as you well said, that we are raising individuals, we're raising adults of the future, and I can't see how how that can be trivialized as saying that. Yeah, I don't even want to go into that. It isn't even for me a factor. Why? Because I made my decision. You know, we need to become women of understanding. Knowing why we do something, not just following somebody else and doing what others are doing. And remember, we also then mimic that for our children. And so whether you a stay-at-home mom or working mother or whatever, what you're going to value one day is the individuals that your children are going to be. You're not. Yes, we do need natural things. We do need it, but you are going to value that the fact that your child becomes an adult that makes a positive contribution in this world, and that brings that individuality to the world, and doesn't second guess himself or herself around every corner. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's maybe I think lockdown has probably helped a lot with having everybody sit back and really think about things. Think about what is really important. Why? Because it is brought us very face to face with our mortality. Understanding that um, we could die because it's so close to us. I'm sure everybody has now experienced people all around us, dying. And I think there is a change happening where we're understanding that what is the most important thing, is that we love exactly what you were saying, that we are kind, that we care about others. That's really what's coming to the fore now. And that is what we want to instill into our children, whether they have a degree or not. You know what I'm saying? And that is to be respected all around, whether you're a stay-at-home mom or not. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with all of you guys, and you guys made certainly valid points. It is, I think COVID really helped the situation with us understanding the roles both sides, a corporate woman and a stay-at-home mom, because now you have to be sometimes working from home and all of these things. So we have to appreciate each other a bit more. And I think that is what we are trying to achieve with the interviewing 31 women throughout the month of August and discussing like 31 facets of a woman's life. Because in August, always we hear the thing of, you know, as women we must fix each other's crown. But how can we certainly do that if I do not understand your crown and the weight that you're carrying? But if we can bring better awareness with what each woman is dealing with, we can see that we all basically are struggling. We all these challenges with each thing, each facet in our lives, and we should just be a bit more kinder to each other. Um, as we end off, is there any last word of wisdom that you guys would want to share with women just for Women's Month and the year ahead, that you think women should know? And then I'm going to give you another 2 minutes after that, just to, because I know you guys, one of you are busy with the organization and one has their own business, and just a little bit of advertising, do that as well. So for now, we're just going to first pearls of wisdom, and then I'm going to give you another section after that to just talk about your organization.
Well, the only words of wisdom that I have is that even if you're a woman, don't limit yourself. You're still a human being. You still have dreams. You still have aspirations. So go for it. Be comfortable in your own skin. And if you made a decision that is good and, to better yourself, and it is a decision that you've made that if come from the heart and you know that this is your calling and this is your purpose, go for it. Because that is one thing that COVID has taught us. I know COVID, if a lot of people speak about it, tomorrow's not guaranteed. So take the bull by the horns and ride that bull and go for it. Go for it. Don't see yourself just as a gender. You are a human being. You are an individual. Go for it. Do not limit yourself. There's a whole world out there.
Yeah, I think for me, be you, be authentic. Don't if you feel in your heart that you need to do things a certain way, but you are maybe ostracized by others, and they say no. But and like you were saying, um if it is good, if it is not anything evil, you know, follow follow who you are. I remember that I've been a homeschooling mom for all these years, and I literally had people threatening me to put me in prison, you know, because I'm wanting to be with my children and allow them. I have a different way of doing things. You know what I'm saying? And now it's quite accepted. It's quite the norm, So don't close yourself up. Support um, other women, and form a community rather to and help each other. And also, you're not always right. You're learning. So open your ears, open your heart to learning from others, and grow as an individual. Thanks.
I
Okay.
I just want to read this comment that someone sent. It says, "I am a what I realized beginning um, being a mom of four children, three girls, one boys, that parenthood didn't come with a manual because all children is different. I'm a working mom. I thought that I had different that I had wonderful in-laws that took care of my children, made sure that their needs were seen. They support my career. I come from work at 7 at night, but I realized that my children needed me when my eldest asked me when I'm going to leave, because you always hear the go on leave, but I never do. Yeah, so we're always going to leave, but we never do. And if I don't love them, but I never thought I would, never thought like that, cause I was so was like they don't need me, okay, because their needs was seen to me, but our children need us and need us home, even if they don't need us. Our presence make a difference in our children's lives. So I think what it comes down to in a nutshell is where she thought because she had good in-laws and all of these people take care of their children, like the children don't really need her until the kids started to ask for her. And now it's like, even though there's all these people that can give them the things, the physical things that they need, they always need a mom. They always need that mom's presence at home. And I think we should value um our value who we are as women and the setup we bring to the family. Yes, the dad that goes out and work, wonderful. We need money to do things, but kids always need that part that we bring to this whole part, to the equation. So thanks Rashida for that. Um, kids, it's a weird thing. Just quickly going off topic with that, but it's a weird thing how when you always with your kids and your kids is at school. I don't know if you guys also endure this, then everyone says, oh, your kids are so nice, your kids are so well behaved. And then as soon as you come into the picture, poof, all the emotion comes out. And as someone that works with kids, you understand that, yes, I am wonderful with other people's kids. I understand all these emotions. And then sometimes I'm like, with my 4 girls, I'm like, oh, can't you keep some of that emotions for daddy or something? But the moment they see mommy, it's like just, mommy, mommy, mommy. All the crying, all the strength they had at creche and everywhere else. It's just like they just turn into this puddle. And it's like just, mommy must keep it all together. So I know we're going to be a little bit over, which is fine. Maybe you guys want to just step into that before I give you time to advertise.
Well, B, even if they get older, it doesn't change. I can tell you that. It doesn't change. I have a 21-year-old and I have a 10-year-old. The moment when you go out, I have wonderful kids, well mannered. But the moment they walk in, mommy, and then I one day turned around and I asked my husband, can you do me something? Find out who in history invented the word mom or mommy. Because I would love to go back in history and ask, why did you invent that word? Because I've never heard that word so many times since I'm a stay-at-home mom. Mommy, 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 mommy. I want to know who invented the word mommy. So it doesn't change with time. It doesn't. It is just they love you that much. And whenever I tell them, I'm going to go back to work, no, we're going to take the away keys, you're going to stay home. So even with age, the word mommy and the attention and the energy and the behavior outside and indoors, it's just something that you have to accept now already. The best advice, you just have to make peace with it now because it doesn't change.
Yeah, no, that is so true. That is who you are. You mommy to them. You're not really Beyonce. Although I must admit, I have on occasion told them, and everybody here, that's not my name. That is not my name. What is my name? They are forced to call me on my name just so that they can understand that this mommy is more than just a mommy. So I've actually done that. So for a day or so, I get called boss sometimes because we all work in the business together. To be able to have them see, you are different facets. One person, but you definitely are different. I just want to also touch on that the message that came through. And yeah, I'm a bit of an activist sometimes. Sorry. And the thing is, I want to encourage women out there, that like that one woman was saying, that, when other people see to your children, you are different to your children. They don't see you as everyone else. No. You are that mother, that mother that they like Fadiela said, that they love with all their heart. You can't, you're not somebody who just dresses them. You're not somebody who just feeds them. No, 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 no. There's a dynamic there that is way, way bigger than that. And so if you with my business, I might as well just go on to that also. Let me my business is Excellent Crunches and Home Bakes. So I'm a home baker. A very simple thing. I will make you think that you are in your mommy's kitchen. I do traditional baking and stuff. But what I want to do with that in the future is I basically want to set up a almost franchise system where women don't buy my business; they actually own my business. And have that understanding that you are very capable of earning way more than where you work. If you are in that cycle of I have to work, that there is you actually can, but you got to make a conscious decision and think about the value that you bring. And there's a process obviously to it. Like Fadiela was saying, she already felt in 2019, that, that tug that I want to be home. And I'm sure that there are so many women that feel that. Don't ignore it. Explore that. Explore it. And I am definitely I'm going to be reaching my goals. At the moment, I'm growing my business. Ask me, and if it went from nothing to, at the moment, I've got some equipment. I'm growing in my business, and so I'm doing it first. And you will hear from me in the future, even though I started at 50. It makes no difference. I don't care where you are in your journey in your life. You are that woman. So for me, in the future, I want to say to women, if you feel that you can do it, as much as you can go out there and you feel you have to work, what is going on inside of you, you can do that as well. Connect to the right people. Talk to entrepreneurs, talk to moms that work from home. There are quite a lot. And yeah, don't put it aside. If you believe that is what you that it's inside of you to do that. So yeah, excellent crunches and home base. Go check me out on Facebook. My business is still at the startup stage, but I'm excited about where I'm going. And it's hectic. It's been a very, very difficult 3 years transitioning from stay-at-home mom for all this time to a business owner. And my husband also works in the business. So Bianca knows a lot about my story. My family has had to accept that I am more. And so my girls, I'm bringing something new, something different to their lives, that one day they can understand when they start their marriage, not 20 years down the line. They can understand that I am more than a mom, and I have the right to be that. So yeah, excellent crunches and home base. We are on Plain. We have an online platform on Plain Eats. So we do sell in the Mitchells Plain area online as well. So yeah, check my Facebook page out and order. Or we also have a store out in Westridge in the Shoprite Mall, where you can come and also buy our delicious home bags. Thanks so much. Thank you, Bianca, for having me.
I will add you guys pages after the live feed. I will just add it into the comment sections. We have one more comment that I just want to read quickly. Excuse me if I say your name wrong. Madia, I think it's right. It says, hello, my mom is my entire life, literally my best friend. I can't imagine my life. Myself in a situation where I don't need her, possibly borderline obsessed. That sounds like your child. I might be wrong, but I think that might be your child. So I think you must do a shout out to her quickly and also just talk about your foundation.
Now, yes, that is my daughter, Mahdia, is actually her name. She is my daughter, and yes, she is borderline obsessed. She knows what she's talking about. Yes, I'm actually one of the directors of Fadak Foundation, and what we do, we're a humanitarian organization. We feed the homeless and also assist soup kitchens in impoverished areas. So that is just the feeding part of it. We also do awareness programs, like we had the anti-bullying with B, and we also had the human trafficking awareness. We're planning on doing something for for Women's Day, for Women's Month. It's still in the planning phase, but yes, we do bring awareness to what is going on in the community. We do feeding. We've been registered in 2019, but because everybody was working still, we couldn't get actively involved. But then when lockdown hit and we were all at home, we started off with cooking. Everybody just came together, got some ingredients, borrowed a pot, made a fire in my dad's yard, and that is the way we started. But but we've been busy ever since that time. Ever since April 2020, we haven't stopped being busy. It is always, the need is so great out there. The lines are getting longer for with the feeding, and even with the awareness. There's so many, and it's sad to say, so many ills within our communities, that we decided that awareness programs needs to be also part of what we do. We are into uplifting, educating, and empowering not just the youth, but everybody who wants to be empowered, whether it's a youngster, whether it's an elder, whether it's a male or female. Well, that is what we do. We try our best to assist whoever comes knocking on our door. So yes, that is basically what Fadak Foundation is about. We have grown within the past year at so rapidly, to put it that way, that people actually want to, more people would love to be part of it. More people, as the need grows, more people want to be part of it. So yes, Fadak Foundation, we do assist soup kitchens, we do assist communities, we do feed the homeless. Warm meals, I always make sure warm meals, and we do not cook something that we won't eat. If it doesn't smell good, I won't give it to somebody. I'm sorry. What I eat, I will give to people. And so I always make a nutritional meal. And whatever I choose, or whatever we choose to cook with, we choose very carefully, because a homeless person is still a human being. And I don't care what people say, right? Just it's something to fill their tummy. I'm sorry. It must be something nutritional. And that is what we do. Yes, we do always, because the demand is so much, we need a lot. So if anybody would like to come and volunteer, if anybody would like to donate, they can or give us a call on WhatsApp. All our details are on the Facebook page. That is where they can get all our details, and they can even see what we've been doing for the past, or for more than a year now, to put it that way.
Ladies, it was lovely having you guys on. Julle het so baie gepraat, dis is maar 10 minute oor. I'm just kidding. Thank you guys for your time. Thank you guys for your wisdom. And again, leaving us with hope. I hope that all the shadow moms that see this will be inspired by it, and those that are venturing into the idea of becoming a shadow mom might find hope through this. And again, we just need to be kind to every woman you see, because you don't know what they are struggling with. But again, thank you for joining us tonight, and thank you for giving up your time to have this interview with us. And we will be back tomorrow night. Ek weet nie as julle toe gaan kykie, but we are going to talk about sex. So that is gonna be our topic. Good luck, Jackie. We will be talking about sex tomorrow night, and then we will be ending off our week with religious principles on Sunday. So thank you again for everyone that watching, and thank you again for you guys that gave us all your time tonight. See you again tomorrow night. Bye.